Blackness to me is faith. Having faith in what you don't see. Because we, as a people, often don't see validation. We don't see uplifting in the context of mainstream America or even situations like Harvard. So for me, it's having faith that, like, I am significant, I am valid, I am valuable, even though everything else is telling me that I'm not.
For me, being Black means to be interwoven with an immense, difficult, and beautiful history. It means to wake up every day in this brown skin and walk out the door knowing that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I really think that Black people are absolutely stunning for a world of reasons.
At the beginning of the year, introducing myself to people, sometimes people would take a step back and be like, wait, what are you? And I'd say, what do you mean, what am I? And they would say, like, what's your race? And I'd say, well, I'm half white. And they'd be like, yeah, okay, we can see that, the red hair, the freckles. And then I'd say, I'm half Black too. And they'd say, what? You're Black? And I'd say, no, I'm half Black and I'm half white. I'm the whole package. I'm not just one and I'm not just the other, I'm both.
So I am Black Japanese, I'm Blasian, but I am Black because no one's ever gonna see me, look at me and say, oh, look at that Asian girl, Because especially with last year, as soon as we show up on campus, the affirmative action article comes out, people are telling us, you don't belong here, you don't deserve to be here. And at that point, it wasn't like I could just go and hide in my Asianness and hide in that side of me and pretend like I wasn't Black. Like, that really came to the forefront. And I realized the implications of what that means being here on this campus. And everyone in my Spanish class is white, and we were talking about like our heritage, and so you're supposed to say like, oh, we're your ancestors.
And there's always that moment when you're the only Black student in your section.
When in class and you're the only Black kid and the N-word comes up, or something in a book, or something where there's slavery or whatever it is.
And the issue of race comes up, or the issue of slavery, or the issue of whatever.
Everyone looks to you
as if you're about to speak for your race.
As if like you represent everybody in the race and suddenly your voice will like carry such weight.
And it's kind of frustrating because you would hope that people would understand that there are all different types of Black people, and Black people don't all have the same opinions about the same issues.
Or it's like, will she get angry about it? How does she react? Should we be walking on eggshells about this topic? And it's like, no, I'm just learning like everybody else.
And so I'm always tempted to hold back and not say anything because I don't want to feel like they're going to take what I say as representative of everyone.
Pretty much as far back as I can remember, I've always been pretty cognizant of race and of the various nuances that are associated with it. But this past semester was weird and interesting and uncomfortable because it was the first time in a long time that I felt the burden of being Black in the classroom and being Black walking around Harvard's campus. I don't know what it was about my freshman year where I didn't feel it as much, but this year walking around and walking into my classes, I just felt like the other. And I didn't really claim Harvard. I would say, well, I go to Harvard, but I'm not really of Harvard. I don't feel like a typical Harvard student. And it took a while, and it took a lot of experiences to prove and to illustrate that I too am Harvard.
This campus is ours. We built this campus, and this campus, like, Harvard wouldn't be here without us. It was built on the backs of slaves, and Black people are such an important part of Harvard, but our presence and us being here is often really discounted and devalued. So I think it's really up to us to make it ours.
I do believe that this campus is mine, and I think that, I don't have to use merit or accolades or socioeconomic status to defend my place here.
To the doubters, everyone here is incredibly brilliant. Everyone here worked incredibly hard.
We most definitely belong here. And I personally believe that if I didn't belong here, God would have seen it fit to place me elsewhere.
I too am Harvard.
I too am Harvard.
I too am Harvard.
I too am Harvard.
I too am innovative.
And beautiful.
Creative.
Fiery.
Passionate. Excited.
Commanding.
Intelligent.
Philosophical.
Persistent.
Productive.
I too am Harvard.